Ayton Global Research are a consumer research company, and we're based in the UK, but we do work on a global scale with over 500,000 volunteers.
There are lots of different self-regulatory organisations across the world that deal with advertising standards. If you go against these advertising standards and break their code of conduct, you could have your adverts removed from things like magazine, TV, online, anywhere.
Advertising standards have become more and more complex around the globe as time has gone on. There was a time when I may have travelled abroad and found products with absolutely laughable claims, but in fact the advertising standards authorities all around the world are uniting in terms of what they think we should be providing in the way of evidence. All of the standards are very, very similar, but there are some exceptions between one country and another.
We service clients internationally, and our servers are geo-replicated in 27 different locations to ensure your reports are quickly accessible, to ensure your undesirable events reports can be extracted quickly and effectively, and to make sure your PDF reports for submission into your product information files can be taken at a moment's notice.
More countries are forming their own SROs, or self-regulatory organisations, which will regulate ad standards in their own countries. The International Committee of Advertising Standards, or ICAS, is one place where you can find out where all of the different SROs that regulate ad standards in their own country are kind of categorised together. So you can always look on the ICAS website to see if there's been any updates and any new SROs put on there.
Ayton Research continually develops its retention policies to meet our clients' needs. It's important for us that we understand what international standards are available, such as the ISO 27001. Not only does this cover data retention, but data storage, data encryption, ensuring access is controlled across the entire organisation. This is really going to help you and your clients and your staff meet your needs and requirements globally.
We have an ISO 9001:2015. This looks at customer focus, it looks at leadership and management, the engagement of our employees. It also looks at something called the process approach, which basically means that we have to think about before we make any decision within the company and the people that it can affect, such as our clients. And so we're always continuously improving and bettering our service for our clients and also our employees. The ISO also looks at the relationship between other ISOs, such as the ISO 27001 regarding GDPR and other ISOs that relate to our company.
There are some countries that are still developing industry lead bodies, and there are some countries that have no industry lead bodies. Get on the ICAS website, find out what's going on, and if there isn't anything going on, then please check the national laws. For example, in the United Arab Emirates, there are very strict laws about advertising, but very little guidance at this stage in time about how to go about achieving the independent evidence that you need. Even in countries that don't have industry lead bodies, there may be local laws, and you should always check to make sure that there are no local laws regarding advertising standards that you may be offending when you take your product into that country. Critically, you need to provide local evidence that your product works in the market for which it's designed.
Clients are unable to use internal data for claim substantiation, and it's very important that you use an independent testing house to do so. It's important that your reports can withstand scrutiny from any self-regulatory organisation.
There are also other organisations other than ad standards and other SROs, such as the Cosmetics, Toiletries and Perfumery Association, otherwise known as the CTPA.
If you're in any doubt whatsoever about how to go about advertising your product or what claims you're allowed to make, contact those organisations. And if you know that your product's going to be on television or radio, we've also got the CAP that you can contact. Again, very prominent website, very skilled people. And just to let you know that all of our staff actually comply with all of those organisations' requirements.
It is a legal requirement for a testing house to have product liability insurance. However, not every research company does. Ayton Global Research does carry full product liability insurance.
Ayton Global Research are fully compliant with the GDPR. We have reviewed our policies, procedures and systems to ensure that we are fully effective and compliant in these regions. Our clients across the globe have different requirements for data protection matters, and we ensure that all of them are met and that their requirements are continually delivered. Your intellectual property is extremely important to us. We're holding information such as your ingredients list, your study methodology and report data on record. This in turn requires a lot of protection on our end, and we take information security extremely seriously. Ayton Global Research Limited owns its own software that allows us to develop around the GDPR and other international standards to ensure our clients' specifications are met. With so many clients globally, we need to make sure not only do we meet our own standards for retention, but our clients as well.